Hello friends, welcome to the National Leagues. Sudan separated in 2011. Sudan and South Sudan. We are talking about Sudan Coup. Capital is Khartoum, population 44.91 million. Currency Sudanese pound. Prime Minister Abdullah Hamdok detained by military. Sudan began a transition to democracy after an uprising and ousted in April 2019 of President Omar al-Bashir under an agreement, military sharing power with officials appointed by civilian groups in a ruling body known as the Sudan Council mean to lead the country to elections by the end of 2023. Inflation and economic crisis leads Sudan to uprising and an agreement between military and civilian political party for transitional government to lead the country to elections by 2023. After that, military started involving in government by saying civilian political party is not working properly. Civilian political groups and military started blaming amongst themselves. Now clashes begin. Then, opposition party leaders and supporters of former President Omar al-Bashir planned to coup in Sudan. In 2003, civilian populations were killed by military and its allies under al-Bashir regime in Darfur region, and the International Criminal Court (ICC) is seeking trials for al-Bashir and other suspects. Civilian group, the cabinet had signed off and holding over all the suspects, but Sudan Council has not. Civilian political groups want justice, but military not. When people and pro-democracy protesters took the streets in 2019, protesters have been killed by military in Sudan. A worsening economy, inflation, currency downfall, food shortage and fuel crisis led the downfall of Omar al-Bashir. Question is how the coup started. Sudan had been ruled by military and civilian political groups since 2019. But on Monday, the military took control, dissolving the power-sharing Sudan Council and transitional government. On Monday, Sudanese military detained Prime Minister Abdullah Hamdok. Sudan's top general Abdel Fattah al-Burhan said that the agreement with civilian members of the country's transitional Sudan Council became conflict over the past 2 years, threatening peace and unity in Sudan. Several articles of the constitution have been suspended and state governors removed. Prime Minister Hamdok and his wife, as well as senior government ministers and officials, were detained on Monday. Now military released Prime Minister Abdullah and his wife, according to Prime Minister Office. Sudan's top general Abdullah Fattah al-Burhan is behind the military takeover. Born in 1960, Sudan's River Nile state served as Inspector General of Sudanese Armed Forces and was its third most powerful general. As a leader of the council, he served as head of state for the last 2 years. Recently, he dissolved the council, saying in a televised statement that he would hold elections by 2023 and hand over to an independent and fair representative government then. United Nations Secretary Antonio Guterres condemned the coup and called for the release of Prime Minister and other officials. Thousands of protesters took the streets of the capital Khartoum on Monday. A large number of protesters have been killed and 140 injured since Monday protests started. Prime Minister Abdullah Hamdok and his wife have been released under heavy security, and other government officials remain in detention. The European Union said on Tuesday that the new regime faced serious consequences, including withdrawal of financial support. US has already suspended $700 million aid, while IMF said it was following the events closely. The African Union suspended Sudan over military coup. World Bank also suspends aid to Sudan after coup. Protests are still continuing in Sudan and military using force to repress the demands of the protesters. Sudan suspends flights until October 30. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken welcomed the Prime Minister released from custody. However, situation in Sudan is still devastating. Meanwhile, UN discussing endures and just condemned the coup after coup. First Myanmar coup, second Afghanistan crisis. Now Sudan coup is being condemned by useless United Nations. Now UN is preparing to condemn Taiwan coup. What do you think? Comment in the box. For more updates, subscribe our channel International Leaks. Thanks for watching.